I love everything about these stories. It says woke Democrat Congresswoman faces calls to give up her $1.1 million Martha's Vineyard home after declaring we're all on stolen land. How often have you heard that, huh?
Well, it's illegal for you to benefit from stolen goods. Like, you can't benefit from crime. So if you stole it,
That's right.
the law should be enforced on you.
Well, Blabs, why don't you go and read this one real quick? Will you actually pull it up really quick? I read through this. I'm going to take a quick potty break while you read the story.
Oh, big words from you, potty break. Thank you for that.
Well, listen, I'm a dad. I've had kids at one point that are.
You have like an 11 and 13-year-old. What do you mean?
But they
don't say potty anymore, do they?
It's PTSD. It's stuck with them.
Listen, parents in the chat, do you still use words from when your kids were itty bitty? Because I know that I do all the time. Go ahead, Blast,
like itty bitty.
Yes. Yeah, like exactly. Literally again. All right, okay. So the title, woke Democratic Congresswoman faces calls to give up her $1.1 million Martha's Vineyard home after declaring we are all on stolen land. A Democratic representative is facing calls to give up her $1.1 million Martha's Vineyard home after she declared that we are all on stolen land. Ayanna Pressley took on social media on Monday to share a controversial message about Indigenous Peoples Day, also known as Columbus Day. We are all on stolen land, and while Republicans try to whitewash American history, we acknowledge our country's role in inflicting trauma on our Indigenous neighbors, the Boston Congresswoman wrote on X, gonna give it to you. She added, we'll keep celebrating their contributions, centering Native voices in our policymaking and building a more just, equitable future. Notice it's equitable, not equality and everything. Always.
Well, equality is evil as well. Equality just means dragging everyone down to the lowest common denominator. What you want is hierarchy, because you want people to get what they deserve and what they earned.
Meritocracy.
Well, yeah, like, people aren't equal, and therefore things will never be equal. And trying to
By the way, she
force
could totally play
equality on
Voldemort.
people is evil. There's the whole... Is that Lady Voldemort thing going to happen, or is that just nonsense?
It's a rumor. I don't think it's true, but you never know with HBO. They did Black Snape, right?
Well,
anyway.
Because no one would have believed it until Snape, I guess.
Exactly. And I'm like, alrighty then. Anyway, the debate to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day has divided communities and left politicians fuming over the woke revisions to history. Presley's statement angered many on X who urged the Congresswoman to return her home in the wealthy enclave of Massachusetts, whose other residents include the Obamas and Martha Stewart. So again, she does not live in a poor area whatsoever. She's literally living in the rich.
Well, this was the area which was full of people going, oh, we should welcome everyone into our country. And then the moment they had one busload ship there, all hell broke loose.
Yep.
They were immediately deported.
Yeah, look at this freaking tower in this house. Holy shit. Wow.
Look, everything's nice, clean, well preened.
Yeah, look at the grass. It's very green, watered. You should consider giving back your stolen land then, starting with your $1.1 million house on Martha's Vineyard, wrote one right-winger commentator, Greg Price. So
I wouldn't give her the option. I would go up to her and go, are you on stolen land? And if she said yes, seize the house, because she's stolen it. Like, they would just impose the law on the people. Because my house shouldn't be stolen, I'm not on stolen land. But if you think yours are, if you're admitting to a crime, your criminal proceeds should be seized.
Yep. So when are you giving your new $1.1 million Martha's Vineyard summer home back to the Wampanoag, added Gary Callahan, a conservative pundit. Presley often speaks about inequality and the rights of the poor, and her husband Conan Harris purchased a 3-bedroom house on Martha's Vineyard in 2023. How much did she miss? How much was the house, I wonder? Presley and Harris, who spent 10 years in prison for drug trafficking, also own a 2-unit rental property in Mattapan, a low-income area in South Boston, which earned them between $50,000 and $100,000 in 2024. Wow, they're totally loaded. The Democrat owns 4 rental properties in Massachusetts, which has earned her as much as $350,000 in profit in 2024.
Wait, so this is someone who has spent 10 years in prison for drug trafficking and has been elected into office?
Yes.
Yeah, how?
That is wild.
That is wild.
Like, who pitched that? And everyone went, yeah, we'll vote for them.
The uneducated vote for so many retarded people.
Hey, so
the Democrat.
Disprove what age are they allowed to vote in the UK again?
It was 18, getting lowered to 16.
Yes, okay, there we go. Just saying, talk about uneducated over here. So.
All right. The Democrat owns 4 rental properties in Massachusetts, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It is a significant profit increase for Presley, and who in 2020 declared a rental income of just $15,000. So in the span of 5 years, she's 100% increased her profits. Way to go.
Killing it, man. Been killing it right there.
Despite her lucrative career as a landlord, the Congresswoman has campaigned for taxpayer-funded rent relief. Anyway, we don't need to continue this. She's full of shit, and she's absolutely loaded. But Craig, did you see the houses in this area? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that as a tower.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although the one on the left should be made to repaint that mess. That looks
the gray
horrible.
one. Yeah, it needs
the one who's like yellowy lime green thing on the left.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't like it, but at least you can tell it's upkept. This gray one needs painting. You can see the paint going away and stuff.
Anyway,
by the way,
Blabs, I think it's important to let you know that she also it uses she, her pronouns.
Well, it's good considering I couldn't tell if she was Voldemort or not. That's fine.
Yeah, you can never tell.
The tweet here is spectacular over here. You see the, try to whitewash American history. We acknowledge the land's role in inflicting trauma, right? You post this shit. I love the idea of all this stuff being used blatantly against her. The same thing. She's wielding these weapons, and it's as soon as the sword is turned back to you, you look like a fucking idiot over here. I see you reside in the Hyde Park area of Boston, formerly home of the Massachusetts tribe. Let's find a descendant for you to give your house to right here. Like, I love this. Happy Finders.
It's the same when she's talking about her indigenous neighbors. These would be neighbors inside one of the wealthiest areas in the country. I'm sure they don't have that much trauma if they're in that area. They've done all right for themselves.
Have you seen this lady here? This Valentina Gomez lady here? Then go back to Africa and give your $1 million Martha's Vineyard home to a Native American.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, this lady is brutal. She's about guns and borders and stuff. This clip here, have you ever seen this clip, Blabs, of the soldier here and the I don't know what this is from, but I see this being passed around. Look, this lays it out so just chef's kiss. Here you go.
No matter what your legends say, you didn't sprout from the plains like the spring grasses, and you didn't coalesce out of the ether. You came out of the Minnesota woodlands, armed to the teeth, and set upon your fellow man. You massacred the Kiowa, the Omaha, the Ponca, the Oto, and the Pawnee without mercy. And yet you claim the Black Hills as a private preserve bequeathed to you by the Great Spirit.
And who gave us the guns and powder to kill our enemies? And who traded weapons to the Chippewa and others who drove us from our home?
Chief Sitting Bull, the proposition that you were a peaceable people before the appearance of the white man is the most fanciful legend of all. You were killing each other for hundreds of moons before the first white stepped foot on this continent.
Yep.
You conquered those tribes, lusting for their game and their lands, just as we have now conquered you for no less noble a cause.
This is your story of my people.
This is the truth, not legend.
Damn, I like that. He's spitting.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that was made in Hollywood. I don't think they would allow that.
No. Imagine if it was.
War has been throughout humanity since the first humans arrived. People would have been killing them over the local plains. Like, this is something that's always happened. The strongest win and they own the land. Like, to all of a sudden be like, no, we have to go back hundreds or thousands of years about some historical thing that happened. It's like, you lost, get over it. It's like the English went round conquering, what was it? It was like a quarter of the earth or something. It brought technology, culture, and civilization. If you're still cut up about that, then you've had plenty of time to improve your situation by this point. The strangest thing about all of this is it is used as a weapon against Americans because it's used as like a guilt point to try and get something from you. And then you go over to England, to the place that did it to you. Nobody over here is ashamed of the empire. Like, it is a point of pride to have actually gone around on a little tiny island to have achieved this kind of stuff. I find it very strange that Americans are have this used against them, because it's like, look what America has done to the place. They turned to a place which was just a flat land with people that hadn't even have horses and stuff. The technology wasn't there, and they built a civilization out of the dirt. If anything, they gave the people there far more than anything that would have happened in the past. And I would love various different television shows, because I think it's a good idea, of just what would have happened, without it being woke, of course, what would have happened in various different areas around the world if they'd just been left to their own devices. And then you would have seen the current state of civilization.
If there was an alternate timeline that we could see that'd be spectacular. But
yeah, it's just, it would probably turn into like some super advanced, we've all lived in peace and harmony and we've invented space travel. But if we could get like a realistic version of it, I think it'd be cool to see how different civilizations would have advanced.
Well, I'll tell you this, we wouldn't have space travel if that was the case. We wouldn't have any of that stuff. We certainly
Did you see what Elon retweeted about his rocket today? Like, this thing came down at supersonic speed, hovered over the ocean, and was perfectly pinpoint still over the ocean before it came down and crashed in a new test.
I know.
I retweeted it. I think it's like the last thing I retweeted or something. Along with something like, not many things in technology really impress me anymore, because we've advanced at such a speed that you're kind of like, oh yeah, so someone's done this with computers now. And the only things that genuinely impress me are new human robotics and the spaceships that will save us from their war. It's like, Elon's probably the only thing that will save us from the AI he's creating.
Yeah, right? It's like the same thing with the UK government. Oh, we created this problem, I'll save you for it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here we go. Let's check this out. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it's just wild engineering.
But that is a successful boost landing burn ignition. And we seem to have down-selected
all 13 engines
slowing
lit
down.
up.
And then it
Wonderful
just
news.
hovers.
We're going to see that hover over the Gulf and then a shutdown of those Raptor engines. There's the hover.
It's with
and here
3
comes
engines
shutdown.
there. Wow.
Whoa. That's an incredible shot. Here comes an explosion.
Wow.
As advertised.
Yeah. So that is
there
designed for
is
obviously the tower to catch. So that was just a test without the tower to make sure they could do it. But it does kind of show that everyone thought the tower caught it. No, it comes down to hover there, and the tower just grabs it when it's already finished moving.
That is crazy. And I'm sure that people are like,
I like the explosions. It reminds me of Michael Bay.
Yeah, there will be someone
Transformers.
talking about the fish.
Think of the whales that you killed with that explosion.
The sea turtles getting straws up their nose.
That's right. Do you know that if you subscribe right here, you probably won't lose all your hair?